Hello and welcome to the Layer 2 show. Today we have Michael, who's the CEO of Pillar, and Pillar has a product which is called Etherspot. We'll be talking about Etherspot today. Hello, Michael.
Hello, Agnes. Nice seeing you again.
Nice seeing you as well. So let's get back, let's get to where you started and let's tell people about Etherspot. I saw you have some interesting case studies and adaptability. We're here in Layer 2 show, so let's talk about how Etherspot can help the development of the Layer 2 ecosystem. How can it help people to navigate the Layer 2, so multi-chain ecosystem? Tell us more.
Awesome. Just to give you a little bit of background on Etherspot. Etherspot was born out of the Pillar wallet, in that in 2019, we had effectively the first Layer 2 solution within the Pillar wallet, where you could send tokens to any other Pillar wallet holder without paying gas. Now, when we had this solution, we called it PPN, Pillar Payment Network. Then around 2020, early 2020, we managed to package this specific layer of the wallet and separate it from the wallet and packaged it as an SDK, which can be integrated by any other wallet, any other dApp, any other service, and we called it Etherspot. So the history is it has been battle tested, and it was born out of the experience of the tens of thousands of users we had on the wallet using that kind of service. So Etherspot is an SDK, which means which facilitates multi-chain and cross-chain communications between dApps. I think instead of me telling you Etherspot has this, that, and the other, why don't I just take you through a use case?
Of course.
So it makes it easier to follow and understand.
Thank you so much, Michael.
Okay, cool. So the latest integration we've had is an integration with bridging aggregator Finance and ClimaDAO. Now, the scenario is you have a user, say on Avalanche, that has some AVAX tokens, and this person has heard of carbon offsets and they want to do their carbon offsetting, and they say, oh, let me do it on ClimaDAO, because ClimaDAO is a carbon offset tool which resides on Polygon. And the user says, it means I have to go and change my Avalanche, my AVAX tokens, bridge them. Oh, I have to bridge them. Okay, what do I do? Oh, I haven't got anything on any Matic, so I have to buy me some Matic. Okay. Oh, what else? Oh, I have to buy me some Klima tokens. Okay. Then what do? Then I have to stake it and get Klima. Really? Do I have to do all this manually just because I want to do some carbon offsetting? Really? Is that the way the Web3 works? There come the combination of Etherspot and Finance. What we've done is we say to the user, okay, you've got some AVAX tokens. Can you just bridge those AVAX tokens into USDC, into Polygon? Then they sign, and that bridging happens. It costs maybe 2-3 cents. As soon as that happens, all those manual steps I've mentioned, getting Matic to pay for your gas, getting the Klima token for yourself, staking, Etherspot will batch them all together for you, including paying for your gas, and they just happen as one instruction. So it's still decentralized. You only have to sign one more time. Instead of 9 times, your amount of signatures happen only 3 times. Imagine then, if you wanted to do more, you have taken the liquidity token, the Klima, and you wanted to, say, put it as a collateral in one of the marketplaces, say for argument's sake, give me a name, any of the places you want to daisy chain them and invest them and use them as a collateral. These are, again, more steps required. But with this transaction batching, we can put them all together for you, and you still control them with your signature. It is just that we take out the manual steps for you, as long as you tell us, I want to do this and this and this, or at the end, we just make a click on something. You are able to execute those things without the user being inconvenienced.
I see. So does the user know that he's interacting with Etherspot, or it's integrated into Li-Fi? In this
In this case, when actually it's a good one. In this use case scenario, in the ClimaDAO scenario, the user actually does not explicitly know that they are integrating. However, what we've given them is just, I think in the next week or so, we will be deploying our Etherspot dashboard to give the user the option to do so, to go and look at the smart wallet if they wanted to. If they do not want to, this scenario works with your MetaMask. So it's taking advantage of your MetaMask to do all these things. And imagine then, if you are a dApp provider, at the moment, multi-chain means I have a dApp, we have a multi-chain app. What do? Well, we've deployed it on Polygon, we've deployed it on Phantom, we've deployed it on BSC, we've deployed it on Arbitrum. You have to deploy it everywhere. So it's really, multi-chain does not mean cross-chain. At this moment, it is doing a deployment on multi-chains, and you maintain liquidity on all of them, you market all of them separately. However, with this solution, you do not need to do that. Just like the ClimaDAO guys, they cannot maintain liquidity in more than one chain because of the carbon offset stuff that they have to do. So they're sourcing liquidity from anyone. In this example, you saw a user from Avalanche going all the way from Avalanche to staking straight. So this is the ability to source liquidity.
Okay, so basically Etherspot would be a must in a way for a dApp that is deploying on multi-chains. How does it look like from dApp's perspective, the integration? Am I packaging in smart contracts, or how does this work?
We have a playground, what we call a playground. I think it's tryetherspot.io.
Okay.
What this playground gives you is any developer can actually play around and experiment with it by saying, it gives you the option to say, can I integrate, how do I access such and such functionality? You type in on try and it asks you, do you want to use your MetaMask or copy and paste another public address, just so that you can experiment with it without deploying anything. So we do give this functionality, which a lot of developers seem to love, because it gives them the ability to test things out without deploying anything, just using our playground.
Okay. So I wanted to touch upon one thing that you mentioned, the multi-chain ecosystem. So we've seen how things have been developing, how layer 2s have been developing, and last year all the other layer 1s. Obviously your product that you're supervising, it's dealing with this multi-chain ecosystem. What trends do you see? Can you make some predictions for this year, for instance?
I mean, as Etherspot at the moment is available on 8 EVM chains, and including the EVM equivalent chains such as Arbitrum and Optimism. So, and the thing I would like to see, and what we are trying to achieve ourselves as well, is imagine if you have a dashboard where you have all the best deals on any of the DeFi offerings, whether it's on Bakery Swap or it is on Aave or any of them deployed anywhere on the EVM ecosystem. Imagine if I can get them on one dashboard, and as a user, I come in and say, click, I want this specific investment, and all it is handled for me without even me having to do an RPC switch. Whether my MetaMask is currently connected to mainnet, Avalanche, BSC, it should not matter. I just click and it would pick up from my smart wallet, it would pick up my balance, and it might even ask me, okay, you've got balance $200 on Avalanche, you have $300 on mainnet, you've got $500 on Polygon, what you want to do is on Phantom. So it would say, the best route for you, the cheapest route is this one. Or it gives me the option, Well, because you wanted to invest $1,000, the best way is if you can get $300 from this chain, 300 from this, that sort of combination and granularity where the user gets that flexibility. I see that happening, and we're working towards that ourselves in that.
So what you're saying is sort of an aggregation plus an element of AI, sort of an analysis of a portfolio and then suggestions of how to invest even or how to allocate.
The AI is even more of a slanty valid and even better. What I was suggesting was just a view, just like an eBay kind of tool. One viewing, you get all the offers. Then as a user, you do not need to go through hoops yourself. I will move this one from here to this one. I will move this one from the other one. You do not need to do that. You just click on something. And as you've mentioned, if you have an AI element added to it, even better. Then you get an even more intelligent offering tailored to your needs. That would even be a kick-ass proposition, because the issue I see right now, and this example I give to a lot of people, imagine Twitter had a few databases, and for sending retweeting, you have to use Oracle database, and they say to you, oh, with Twitter, it's so easy. All you have to do is go to the drop-down menu, select Oracle, then you can retweet. Oh, you want to do a like? That's fine, because with Twitter, because we've got a small drop-down menu, go and select GraphQL. Oh, you want to upload an image? That's easy. On Twitter, all you have to do is go to the drop-down menu, select MySQL. And you think Trump would have used Twitter if that was the case? So that's where Web3 is at the moment at. So that's what we're trying to tackle.
Right. So it's all about really what we're trying to achieve is simplicity, more easy usage for users. So right now, this is where DeFi is going really. So there's lots on offer, lots of chains, lots of different offers, and how to aggregate it. And as you said, this journey for a simple user is very lengthy. And plus, we don't have to forget that, if you have in MetaMask, whatever token, you need gas, right? So you said you have $200 in each of the wallets, but then you need to spend your Ethereum, to do the transaction. So yeah,
Yes.
it makes things quite complicated, and you really have to think of the value of why would you be wanting to do that. So.
Exactly. On the side chains, at least the gas element is cheaper. And one of the issues we've had as well with the Etherspot on mainnet, because we deployed on mainnet, and the Pillar wallet is the first consumer of Etherspot. Now, the issue we had was when gas prices became astronomical, deploying a wallet on the mainnet became extremely expensive. Hence, the side chains make it very economical, very economical.
Right. So just to double check, Etherspot can work with any chains, let's say Metis or Avalanche or.
8. We have 8 deployments.
8. Okay.
Or 8 EVM compatible chains right now.
Okay.
So,
all right. So where can I think it's more targeted for developers, for dApps, or for dApps that already exist. Where can the projects check out Etherspot? Can you name some links? I'll make sure I leave it under the video below.
Etherspot.io, and we've got a Telegram group which you can find on the Etherspot channel or website as well. And try.etherspot.io is the playground I have suggested. And because for this reason, because we find Etherspot is going to be ubiquitous with any dApp that would want to go cross-chain. In fact, we're trying to spin off Etherspot as its own entity right now, because initially it has been part of the offering of Pillar, but I think Etherspot deserves to be more on its own so that people and other projects can integrate with it.
Okay, and can you give some more information about this, and how can people contact you if they're interested in participating in this initiative?
Again, Etherspot.io has all the details that we need on this, all the information, and they've got a contact point. And within that, there is a link to our Telegram channel people can just drop into the Etherspot Telegram channel. And as we speak, a lot of projects have been approaching us recently, trying to integrate Etherspot, and they've asked us a few questions on the Telegram channel, and we've been giving them those details. I mean, I don't know how I can share the Telegram channel with you. It is called, the Etherspot Telegram channel is called, one second.
I will make sure I leave the link under the YouTube video, so no worries about that.
Okay, cool. So I'll give you, yeah, it is Telegram is called Etherspot. Simple enough.
Thank you so much. So thank you so much for sharing. Well, we're talking about a multi-chain ecosystem, which is coupled up with a layer 2 ecosystem. It's all kind of together. And thank you for making the user's experience in DeFi easier and thinking about this. Anything else that you would like to add about Etherspot and your plans?
Yes, one of our plans as well is to create an Etherspot Lite that works on non-EVM chains. Imagine, again, the same scenario. If anything DeFi, or a refi for this matter, on any blockchain, you get it from one viewing. Then you click on it, say if your MetaMask comes up, you can connect that without having to do this RPC switching. Just go straight, and as an end user, you integrate. In fact, one of the things that we are working on with the Fiat on-ramp is the ability to directly stake on something using your card.
Okay, very interesting.
Yeah, cutting out all these stages, the manual interventions that you have to do, cutting them out. Because think about this, because for my personal experience, I wanted to put something on Curve. I saw some 7,000 interest APY. Then I said, okay, let me put on that. Then it says to me, oh, if you want to get the 7,000, you have to get the liquidity tokens from Curve and put it on Layer Cake. Then from Layer Cake, you have to put it on this one. These are daisy chained investments, which I have to do manually. And halfway through, I gave up and said, it's just taking ages. With this transaction batching, I do not need to do it myself. All I will need at the outset, give me this thing, and maybe the list will be given to me. Then it gets taken care of for me, whichever sidechain I'm coming from. That's the thing. Because as a user, I'm lazy. I've got a day job which pays me for doing the work, and I'm not paid to study on how the ins and outs of DeFi works. If I'm the average person, that's what my mentality would be.
Sure. Very good. Sounds really very interesting, and I hope that you succeed. It's difficult to navigate so quickly changing, rapidly changing ecosystem. Nobody expected some things that happened last year, with all the layer ones developing, and so very interesting to see what will happen this year. And I can see you in the forefront, paving the way for the adoption of multi-chain ecosystem. So, thank you. Thank you, Michael. I'll make sure I leave the links below, and anyone that can contact you via Telegram or separately. Any final words from you?
And Agne, we go a long way back, and thank you for having me on your show. And anyone who wants to get in touch, please go to the Etherspot Telegram channel or etherspot.io. From the etherspot.io, you can do also try.etherspot.io if you want to check out the playground. You won't be disappointed. And I will be going, I think, in a conference in Miami soon. So if you guys come out there, please look out for me. And we will be in Barcelona as well. We will have a booth. So feel free to come and talk to us then as well.
Nice. It's ETH Barcelona in July, isn't it?
It is in July. I'm giving you proper time to prepare yourselves, and we will be in one of the booths in there as Etherspot.
Wonderful. Look forward to this and have a wonderful summer.
Thank you, you too.